Hi guys, anybody there? I can't believe that I even did this. Seriously. I act before I think. A lot. It's the Aries in me. Anybody there? God, I can't believe. You guys are seeing total hat hair because I totally hadn't done my hair. I'm sitting here just working away and I just was going to do a reading, post it for everybody. And then I thought, oh, you know what, I'll just go live. And then I post that and I'm like, okay, you don't have any makeup, you don't have your hair done, you don't have nothing. So we got hat hair. Anybody there? I don't even know. You know what? Everybody's probably out enjoying the day. So that's fine too. Then I can just focus on the cards and not have to deal with anybody else looking at me. Okay. So today, the messages that I'm going to be speaking to you guys from, I think I'm going to be taking it from two different decks because I worked with a couple of decks that I haven't worked with for a long time. And as I said, I use them as tools, right? They give me like the little nugget first, the message of where we're supposed to go, and then I kind of just take over from there. So the first deck, they're both from John Holland. One is the Psychic Tarot by John Holland, and the other one is the Psychic Tarot of the Heart, which is really interesting because I was the person who was always so afraid of tarot, right? And it's not really. I guess it is kind of based on tarot. But to me, that's not what it is. It's just a message, you know. I'm not really into the tarot. I don't really know how to do that. It's not really anything I've ever worked with. So, the first message that we have, and we're still in the month of Leo, so we've got the lion holding us up here, is spread your wings. And here you see this girl. She's walking along this. Oh, this is so interesting to me. This has so much to do with what I just did this morning. This is interesting. This bridge that goes to the sky. I wrote to a friend this morning, a friend of mine who's an artist. He's a musician and a singer-songwriter, and he's very, very gifted. And years ago, when I first connected with him, he sent me his music, and it moved me. Like it really moved me. It did something to me. And the song was called The Dream, and then there was another one called Bridge to the Sky, and another one called Well Below, and another one called Again Lover. And to me, at the time, I was just learning, and opening up to all of these gifts, and I felt like there was a message between us, but there really wasn't. I've recognized today when his something I posted of, I guess I shared his songs years ago, and it popped up in a memory feed, and I decided I was going to listen to them again and see if I felt any different, or now that I had kind of grown a little bit more spiritually, how I would be reacting to it. And I'm going to put this over. I want to make sure you guys can see this because I know the lighting does weird things here. So I listened to the songs, and I'm going to turn this around. Hi, Connie. Hi. You're going to have to go back and sound. Okay. So as I went back and I listened to the songs, I realized something. Just like I realize a lot of the messages that I get, and that people bring to me. People bring me dreams, people bring me animal messengers, right? Because I'm a shaman, they always send me animal messengers. And this morning, here, I'll turn this back around while I talk. I got a message from my friend Mohawk, and she said her niece had this grasshopper that landed on her hand. And she says, what does it mean for me? And so I gave her the animal messenger, and she says, well, I don't know if that message was for me. And I think that's the whole point that I was realizing about myself and the messages that I got from my friend with his music. I said to her, well, and I'll tell you. So I listened to this. Hold on. So I listened to this music again, right? And like I said, one of the songs is called A Bridge to the Sky. And I realized that he's incredibly gifted. I mean, I knew that before. He's amazing. His gift is his guitar, and it's the way. It's not even the words and the lyrics to his songs, but it is the way that he is able to master the guitar, and the sounds that come out of that guitar that pulled on my soul. I was incorrect in what I understood when I felt like it touched my soul and it meant something between he and I, but he was just the messenger. He was delivering this message, and it was through music, because I am moved so deeply through music and through animals that was the means that Spirit was getting a message to me. And as I listened to it this morning, I realized that he was just the messenger. And I said to him this morning, I wrote to him and I asked him for the final song. There were 4 songs. Yes, doesn't it feel good? Now somebody else is talking to me about a beehive they just posted up. How interesting. I know that, doesn't that feel calming? I just want you to look at that because I just feel I'm exhausted. I was up all night with a wisdom tooth, impacted wisdom tooth. So what I realized was, as I wrote to him and I said, would you please send me the 4th song? Because he sent it to me a long time ago, probably 5 years ago, and I've been locked out of that email for so long I wasn't able to get into it. But I knew that there was something of importance in the song because he wrote the songs, and to him they were all just separate songs. But to me, on a higher level, I knew that they were telling me a story, because I hear in the 5th dimension and higher, and I was hearing a story, and to me, so it's kind of, I said to him this morning, you know, I know that you don't like that. You said I wrote the songs and they're my music and I should decide what it says, and that's fine. I respect that, but shouldn't we all also like when you get a song, when a song goes out to you, when you listen to a song, or you see something, or there's some kind of an experience that happens, it's for each of us and how it's interpreted to us, right? That's our message, how we take it. So like when I give these messages to you guys, some people will hear it this way, some people you will hear what you need to hear. So I realized that this morning when I was listening to his music, I needed to hear those songs. They meant something for me, and they meant something in a series. And the last song is the piece of the puzzle that's missing for me. It still hasn't happened yet. It's for me, it's my own personal story, and he literally gave it to me in song, and it has nothing to do. He's just the messenger. That's it. So that's a huge thing for me to have learned, because, and I said to him, I apologized because I said to him, I know it drove you crazy that I was confused that you were giving me something, that it meant something between you and I, and it didn't mean anything between him and I. He was just my messenger, just like people will write and they'll give me dreams, and you know, and that's just a message from me. So then this morning, my friend Mohawk, she says, my niece had this little bug jump up on her hand, and what does it mean for us? And it was a grasshopper. So the grasshopper says, adventure awaits you, right? It says, take that leap that you have been considering taking. Great leaps can be made in an instant, just like that. Like you can go from 0 to 20, like overnight. Remember I've said before how you can be going along and nothing's happening, and then all of a sudden, everything changes, everything shifts. So they're saying, go. Trust that you're going to receive everything you need on this project. Go for this. You're being asked to take a leap of faith when the grasshopper shows up. You're supposed to go ahead without knowing the outcome. I've got so many friends that are talking to me about things like this right now, and they're saying, yeah, but you know what? I can't see what's coming around the corner. Like, I don't know how this is going to unfold. I was just talking to somebody about this. And Spirit is saying, you don't need to know what's coming around the corner. You just need to go ahead and do it without knowing the outcome. We're telling you it's going to be okay. Look at me wearing my outdoorsy hat too when I'm talking about grasshopper. It could be a change in a relationship. It could be a change in yourself. It can be changing your life path. Whatever it is, it's a big change. Big changes are happening after this eclipse. And they're saying that you need to trust that you have the wisdom to carry you through, right? You have the wisdom and your instincts. You know how to capture this moment. You know how to get the greatest benefit out of this. And you are not doing this by yourself. So that was the first message. And then I come and I look at this. Gosh, I got to clear my throat. So this is about a clearing, clearly. For me and my friend that wrote that music for me, that was clearly about me clearing away the past. And I said to him, I realize that if you don't give me that last song, because I've asked him for it several times and he keeps saying he will and I never get it. And I said, if you don't want to share it with me, I understand. And I will realize that means that chapter of my life is closed. And the messages that I got from those first 3 songs, that's all I need. And maybe I won't know. Just like the grasshopper said, I won't know what's coming next, right? I'm just going to take that walk across this bridge into the sky, which is the name of one of his songs. The first one is The Dream. The second one is Well Below. The third one is A Bridge to the Sky. And the fourth one is Again Lover. So there's a repetition. So for me, it's definitely a twin soul story. I know it for a fact anyway, because he told me when he went to do research, he was speaking to a man, and the man was speaking to him about his twin soul. So whether he wants to recognize or not that that is the story that's being told in his music, I know that it is. And maybe that's all that he needed to do, was to tell me that, so that I knew that for my own twin soul journey, this is what it's talking to me about. And now the bridge to the sky is where we go, right? The bridge. You make a bridge from where you are to where you want to go. So here's this person. She's here, and she's trying to get up to the highest level, right? And this follows along the same message that we got from the grasshopper. Spread your wings. They're talking about energies of expansion, right? Awakenings, energies of expansion that are in front of you. And you might be feeling restless or uncertain. That is so me. So me. I've been telling you guys, I've been feeling like a racehorse, right? I've been feeling like I'm a racehorse and I'm being held back. I want to go. I want to go. And I know it's the energy of an Aries in this Saturn Mercury retrograde, the Saturn retrograde. I know it's that energy of, because that's one of the things that the Aries people are going to want to leave. They're going to want to go. They're going to want to change houses, move jobs, travel. They just want to go. And we're being held back. And I know that I'm being held back. I feel that. I know that Spirit's making me stay here because there is this adventure in front of me, but it's not ready yet. And so right now, you also might be feeling this energy, this restless, uncertain, ready to soar, but you're confined. You're confined by certain relationships or certain aspects of them anyway. Maybe some of them feel comfortable and safe, but they're not fulfilling you. They're not giving you what you need. Look at her arms are open. She's like, bring it to me. Bring me what I need. The desire to be in a relationship, even that alone can be restricting because it becomes your sole focus, right? Here she's got all this in front of her, but if she's focused just on this star right here, she doesn't see anything else, right? It's restricting you, and you forget to live your life to the fullest. That's why I said for myself, I have been treading water far too long. I'm not going to tread water any longer, sitting around waiting for this twin soul relationship to unfold. I have a life in front of me. This bridge to the sky is in front of me. It's an adventure, and I want to go. So sometimes you might think that maybe you've got all that you want, but now you realize, I think I want something else. I thought I had everything I wanted, but it isn't what I wanted. Maybe the relationships become too restricting, or maybe it's not exciting enough, or maybe it no longer meets your goals because you have evolved, you have grown. You are now going up this bridge to the sky. Maybe this one that you connected with here didn't do their work, and they're stuck here. So maybe that's why you're not moving forward, because you want to align with this one that's stuck here when you have actually grown and your body's pulling you, like my body is pulling me forward. Let's go, let's go. Come on, we need to go, right? So what will it take to you allow yourself to feel that unrestrained feeling of joyfulness? You need to listen to your heart. What is it that you really want? You need to make these changes, and remember, you need to make them from your heart. But you need to follow this bridge to the sky. I thank my friend for that song this morning, for showing me that. You know, and the succession of them. The dream was the beginning. You know, you're dreaming about what it is, where you're, you know, this is when you're awakening, this dream, you awaken. And then there's a song about well below, and it's basically talking about this life that you're living is well below your worthiness and who you are. You're not reaching out. And then the next one is a bridge to the sky. You're going to take that bridge to the sky. And then the last one is again lover. And it's a reconnection. So it could be a reconnection between you and a person. It could be a reconnection between you and a soulmate. Or it could just be that you are reconnecting with your soul, with your spirit. Right? Your spirit. And Barbara just said to me, the fly sent her. So the fly sent Barbara. So before I go into the next message, I'm going to tell you what the fly says. The fly is a very powerful animal messenger. It's also saying, keep your eye on the prize. Keep your eye on this prize. Persistence is going to get you there. Persistence to go along. Maybe this bridge, when you're right here, it's wide. But once you get to where it starts to slip a little bit, maybe it's a little nerve-wracking. There's no handles. There's no railing here, right? Keep your eye on the prize. Where are you going? Persistence is going to get there. Know that quick and abrupt changes in your thoughts and emotions are afoot. Rapid changes in all areas of your life are currently happening, so you need to be prepared to move quickly, and maybe in unfavorable or uncomfortable conditions. The fly can also tell you that there's a growing source of abundance that's available to you, and you need to use your keen eyesight. Think about it. Think about it. Hold on. I gotta get this out of here. I'm thinking about the fly. The fly has got many eyes. It doesn't have just one eye. It has lots of eyes. So the fly is saying, use your keen eyesight to grab hold of this opportunity that's in front of you. And they're telling you that with the persistence of the fly, your goals, you're going to reach them, and things are going to come to fruition sooner than later. Sooner than later. It's none of this, oh, I've been waiting for 3 years and this isn't even happening. Well, now they're saying things are going to start coming quickly. And it's going to come, even if you have to be annoying to other people and they're not going to like the way you're going. Maybe you have to be a little bit selfish, and it's going to be about me now. It's going to be about me, and I'm going to move forward. So that's what the fly says. Hi. I'll flip you back around. The other messenger, what was it? There was another. The fly, oh, the bee, right? The bee totem. So the bee, whenever I think about the bee, the first thing that comes to mind is get busy and get after the honey. Okay, that's so which it talks about, and it talks about fertility and sexuality, the honey of life. Because you think about bees are progressive, industrious, they're hardworking, right? So they're telling you. That's why I got the very first message: get busy and get after the honey. Be persistent. Go after your goal. Keep moving forward. It talks about manifesting abundance. Are you shouldering heavy burdens at this time? Do you need help pollinating new ideas and projects? Is your soul seeking out a community? Your soul, are you seeking your spiritual community that's going to aid you in this flight pattern that's going to get you to the perfect place? Are you searching out a group setting or a mind setting that's proactive and encouraging you to move forward on your path? Or are you stuck with somebody that's going nowhere? Bee's got a strong work ethic, but it also knows about stopping and smelling the flowers, right? So it wants you to find the balance between the two. The bee, just like the hummingbird, is aerodynamically incorrectly built, right? It shouldn't be able to fly, but it does. So it's talking about, from a spiritual perspective, we are not limited. We might, in a physical world, feel that we're limited and we can't do what we're setting out to do. But the bee knows that it shouldn't be able to fly, and yet it does. So I shouldn't be able to get up this slippery slide all the way up to there with no railing and no stairs, but I know I'm going to do it because I'm able to manifest whatever I need, right? So it talks about pollination. So it talks about working as part of a community. They all work together, right? They go from flower to flower. That progresses and enriches the world. Bee people are motivational speakers, teachers, healers, light workers. The honeycomb represents the heart chakra. The bee has strong ties to the sun and the light and the warmth because that's when they get out and that's when they're busy. So here we see the divine masculine, the sun, which is speaking about forward movement, right? The bee is also a strong protector, and it's willing to defend, right? It will sting you, and it loves. The bee people will find themselves defending the underdog, and they love with everything in them. They give, look at her with her heart wide open, everything in you. That's what they give. So that's the message for the bee. So I know that it takes a couple seconds when I flip that around. Okay, what is she saying? My restrictions are body health, and it's easier to stay still even if I went out on brief moments without the rain today. I see if I could help someone out behind bushes next to the house, so maybe no flooding this time. It just felt good to do, yet not sure if I helped. I just did it. What did you try and help out behind the bushes? I'm curious. You've been on the fence about doing something, so now this is it. Awesome. I knew. See, I'm embarrassed, you guys. I am embarrassed. I have to admit. Oh, that's what I have to talk to you about. I have a wisdom tooth that broke through, and it's funny because it broke through for a while ago, and it's impacted, and it hurts like hell. Impacted wisdom tooth. Okay. Now, I know that every single thing that happens in my life is a message to me, okay? I know that for a fact. So nothing that happens in my life is by mistake. Everything is meant to help me and to help other people. So I looked up, and I'm going to ask you guys. I looked up, according to Louise Hay, I haven't slept. I haven't slept again because I've been dealing with this freaking major pain. And it's very, very swollen, and I can't get to the dentist for probably about a month and a half. So I'm dealing with this wisdom teeth. So I'm doing Reiki on it, and I'm commanding my tooth. I'm commanding the gum to recede. I'm commanding my tooth to heal itself. And we'll see how well I do with that. So with tooth, the message to me for impacted wisdom tooth is not giving yourself mental space to create a firm foundation. So what would that mean to you guys? Not giving yourself space to create a not giving yourself mental space to create a firm foundation. Because maybe my mind is full of too much. Maybe that's why Spirit's wanting me to slow down and go into meditation. But what I found was I did a reading, I did several readings, right? I did a reading special. So, but I also did a full reading for someone, and I used everything. I used John Holland's The Psychic Tarot of the Heart. I used John Holland's The Psychic Tarot. And one of the messages was strengthening foundation, right? It was all very positive. But one of the messages I was looking at, I wish I could show it to you guys. I wonder if I could find it. The card was, because I read the cards more, right? Remember I told you guys, I don't get hung up so much on their message as I read the cards, because I'm very visual. I like to read that way. So they were telling me, no, check this out. Base chakra, foundation, right? You need to get grounded. Need to get grounded. What came out for her card was speaking about firm foundation. And then I'm getting wonderful messages. We're gonna be doing these messages. I'm gonna be pulling. So let's see. I don't know how many people are there. I'm gonna continue this. 5 people. Give me 5 people. I've already chosen your cards and put them in order because they'll be yours. Why not? And so what's going on is I see this card, and I'm reading the card itself, and on it the person was holding a lily, and I found that interesting because of my lily, right? Now we know that Lily's when I watch her eat, she's doing weird things when she eats. This poor little cat, my spirit cat. I want her to get a break. I wish that maybe they could start using Liger for a while and not Lily. But Lily represents me. So unfortunately, maybe I need to get another pet that represents me, because I don't want Lily to keep suffering for my sake. Okay, write your name down. There's Sabrina, Brianna. Okay, you guys write your names down, 5 of you. When Lily goes to eat, and now she will only eat her treats, okay? So that's a message. She only wants what she wants, which is me, I know. And I know that it has to do with relationship, because I will not touch anything that is not 100% for me. I won't go there. I won't flirt. I won't talk. I won't touch. Nothing. That is the meat to her. Meat is the sexual energy, okay? So when I give her, she wants treats. She likes the treats. She wants just those. So, okay, we'll give them to her. But when she goes to chew them, she does this really weird thing with her mouth. Remember I told you I said to the dentist, I said to the doctor, please check her mouth. I think there's something wrong with her mouth, because she's doing weird things, and she's flipping it out of her mouth. Now, I told her yesterday, you're going to have to just eat, Lily. I got your message, but you have to eat. So I'm commanding you to eat your food. So she's starting to chew them. But right after I noticed her doing that, my gum started to swell. So she was showing me, you're about to have an impacted wisdom tooth. You're not going to be able to chew. Your gum is sore. That's why Lily was doing this weird thing. Now they checked hers, and hers are okay. So it was just for me, which is really sad for her. So when I saw that, the card, we're going to go back to the card, and the person was holding a lily, right? And I thought, okay, there's my girl. And would you know that the information that the lily flower gave was exactly what I needed. I needed to see that specific information. So yesterday I ordered lily essence online. Now I'm going to pull this up for you guys. Spiritual. Okay, wait. How about we do lily essence? I'm going to tell you spiritually. Spirit. Can you hear my voice? I sound like Marge Simpson because I've had no sleep. And look at my bags. They're worse than they've ever been. Oh my God. Okay, so the lily essence, flower essences. Please give it to me so I don't keep you guys waiting forever. Okay, here we go. So I looked it up, and it's the lily essences. And you'll get messages about, for yourself. This will be very helpful. So on a physical level, the reproductive system is supported by the lily essences. If there's any blockages in your system, like menopausal symptoms, I don't have any of that, but anything in the pelvic area, which would be your sacral chakra, think about it, sexual energy, because this is what's going on. they're talking about, they are the ones that hold your, the essences are sacred to the feminine, okay? So they show your beauty of feeling, the feeling and sexual nature, the feminine power. They hold also emotions of grief. And I've told you that I've had such grief over the last, God, I don't want to fucking do this. I said this to them yesterday. I don't want to cry all the time. It bothers me. I don't want to do this. I'm sick of crying. But the energy of grief and sadness that you're holding on to, it deals with those emotions and it helps with that. So, the white one, the white flower itself, and I'm not sure, I think I ordered the tiger lily. The white one is purifying and works with purifying in your subtle spiritual nature. It also deals with erasing shame and guilt that women have carried because of women issues or whatever they are. It talks about their bodies and sexuality, ancestral issues. In my family, there's a lot of issues with women, but I didn't order that for me. That's not what I needed. Because I'm a creator, right? And I've been feeling like I'm raring to go forward and I'm being pulled back, and yet I know it's just right there and I don't know what it is. So for me, what they were bringing out, and which is hysterical because the flower is called tiger lily. Now, what is my baby called? Princess Tiger Lily, okay? Why did it have to go through all of these different steps? And I got to tell you, when my friend gave me his music, it's been probably 7 years since he gave me that music. And it's taken 7 years for me to realize that he was just my messenger giving me those songs, but those songs are what I was supposed to get. It was the music. It wasn't going and working in the music industry and singing at the Holiday Hotel and hanging out with him and his friends. It wasn't that. It was, Sherry, you're going to be getting music. You're going to be getting messages through music, and it's going to be very powerful. And sometimes the music won't have any words. It's just going to have, you're going to listen because it's going to lift and it's going to attach to your soul. And it's going to have you, it's going to bring things forward and you won't understand it. And I didn't understand for 7 years. So now I understand that aspect. Well, I've had my baby for 2 years. I called her Princess Tiger Lily. I named her after my mother. My mother was a princess. She was a spoiled princess. The tiger part was me. I'm the tiger. And just Lily because she's so delicate and she's so beautiful, right? But she's tough as nails, right? So I ordered the tiger lily. So the tiger lily shouts, create, create, right? The tiger lily is about creation. And it resonates to the number 3. Remember I kept telling you guys about the number 3, how I keep getting the power of 3, and Spirit kept saying to me the power of 3 is enacted in your life? Well, the lily has 3 parts to it. The petals and the sepals, they're 3 parts. And they're always in multiples of 3. So in numerology, 3 is creation, birth, communication. That's my work. That's my path. I named my cat for my path. My main flower is the tiger lily. I will now, what's interesting to me is I haven't had my cards made up. You know, I had cards made up a long time ago and I haven't done any, but I'm going to have cards made up with my little Princess Tiger Lily with a tiger lily next to her, because the cat is me and the tiger lily resonates. That's my power. That's the power of 3, the creation, the communication, giving birth to new, and this is what we're all going through right now. We have just gone through this major Lion's Gate, right? We're still in the Lion's Gate. This is all about letting go of the past and moving forward and getting on it. What is this project that you need to get on? Get moving on it. What is it? Is it a relationship? Is it work? What is it that you've been procrastinating about? So for me, what's going to help me is paying attention to the fact that Spirit has been throwing the number 3 at me forever. Forever, in the shape of rocks, in numbers on the, I kept saying, okay, the Ascended Masters are working with me, the Ascended Masters, but it was more than that. It wasn't just the Ascended Masters. It's your time to create. You were creating, you were birthing something new. Remember I told you guys I watched myself give birth? I literally watched myself give birth, and I thought, what is going on? I was giving birth to something new. I'm moving into something new, and I don't know what it is yet. It's in the midst of being created, but it's also about healing, right? So unfortunately for Lily and for me, she hasn't been able to eat properly because she's been trying to show me, look, it's with your mouth. I'm trying to show you this is about your mouth. Yes, you're not eating the right food. Yes, you need to get more green in your diet. Yes, you need to, but you're also holding yourself inside. You need to open yourself up to other people. You've been sitting here treading water for far too long. It's time to create. But now I'm trying to show you, look, see how funny I am when I'm trying to eat? I can't eat. Why? Because there's something wrong with my teeth. Why? Mom, look it up. What's wrong with my teeth? Now you got a wisdom tooth. Okay, that's going to show you. My father knows that I'm going to go to Louise Hay. I always go and ask, what is the metaphysical meaning of this? What is the spiritual meaning of the number 3? What is the spiritual meaning of the tiger lily? What is the spirit? And you know what? God, now that I think about it, I used to walk in my neighborhood here before I got the gym where I could go where I could be cool. And as I'm walking along the street, I've got so many pictures. These tiger lilies had fallen down on the pathway where I was walking, and I would prop them up, and they'd fall down, and I'd prop them up, and I'd take pictures, and I wondered what they were. Now I know. It takes so long for this stuff to come together, but when it comes together, it's just like what the fly said. Everything's just going to be like boom, 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 boom. It's going to move fast, right? It's going to go from 0 to 20 in like 20 seconds. Okay, so those are all the messages. We've got fly, we got bee, we got my wisdom tooth, we got the tiger lily. And you guys, flower essences, I just started here, hold on. Right before I got talking to you guys, I loaded up my diffuser here, which I love this diffuser. My best friend bought me this, and I get it for everybody. Oops, I get it for everybody for presents. And in it, I have essential oils. This is very powerful for you guys. It's really powerful. Are we working here? Come on, let's do it. There we go. I might have turned it off. This one's really cool because it has different lights. There we go. Okay, so essential oils. You can use essential oils that way, the tiger lily, but there's also essences, and I believe that here, I'm going to flip you guys around. So I have that loaded. I have that loaded up with essences that I know for myself that I need, and I've got for myself. I've got clary sage. I've got lavender, calming, and I've got geranium. Geranium is really, really good. Okay, geranium's for my skin. And lavender's for my skin as well. All of these are for my skin. And you think about that because the skin is everything that covers the outside of your body, right? That's your protection. So it's going into everything. My mother, people ask me all the time, was your mother spiritual as well? My mother was a hippie when I was a kid. I remember when I was really, really little, we lived down by the water in North Vancouver. And in certain times of the year, we were on 3rd Street. I think we were on 3rd Street. No, we were on 1st Street. And the Burrard Inlet would raise and flood every year at a certain time. And I remember when I was, this is the only memory I have, and it's really bizarre. The only memory I have, and I was probably, my mom said, how could you remember that? You were only 2.5, but I remember. This man was carrying me from the house to the car, and there was a rat swimming by in the water. I saw it. That's how high it was. And I remember him taking me from the car to the house. The house wasn't flooded, but to get to the car, it got something, I don't even know what happened. It was weird. We got into the house, and I remember I saw the fireplace or the mantle, and my mother had a Lakshmi, goddess Lakshmi. And it's weird because my grandmother, she gave it to my grandmother. She must have given it to my grandmother when she married my dad, who was a Jehovah's Witness. Isn't that funny? Because I saw that Lakshmi growing up my whole life. And she had her hand up like this. And she was a porcelain Lakshmi. I wish I had asked for that. I'm going to ask my uncle if I can have that, if somebody still has that. Because I've had that. That was in my memory from 2.5. And there were love beads hanging across the kitchen, the doorway to the kitchen. I remember that. And that's all I remember of my mother and myself when I was a little girl, until I was with my ex-husband, and we were on our boat down in San Diego. We had a sailboat, and we went and bought incense. And he says, what kind do you want to buy? And I said, I don't know. I mean, so we went and bought nag chamba. It was the first time I'd ever smelled like nag chamba, I thought. But when we lit it up, that's when it flashed. I'm like, oh my God, I was instantly back there. So my mother had nag chamba incense in the house when I was a child, and I asked her later, and she said, yeah, that's what I, but all those years, I didn't remember it. And so my mother, she was a hippie, and my mom is incredibly intelligent. My brother and my mother, scholastically, like brainiacs, and my son, me not so much, but they were. And voracious readers, and my uncle as well, voracious readers. So my mother went more of the scientific route. She was she went into brain gym and left brain and cranial sacral work. She was a what is it called? Dang, what's it called? Where you use your hands to get an answer. I can't think of what it is, but I'll think about it in a minute. She studied under Dr. Bach, the flower essences. She literally went to England and studied under Dr. Bach. And so the Bach flower remedies, if you guys ever hear of the Bach, they're amazing. When my storage unit was sold, my mother's entire collection was taken, which is just heartbreaking. I had all the books, I had the whole collection, Dr. Bach's flower remedies. Rescue Remedy, I need to get it. That's what I need to go get. That's a message for me. I need to go find Rescue Remedy. There are these little flower essences that are set in brandy, and you just put a little drop of the tincture underneath your tongue, and they're amazing. They're amazing. And so my mother studied that. She was very, very deep into that. She did, like I said, cranial sacral work. She did, God, I can't even think of the things that she did. Hers was so scientific and so, why can't I think of what she was? You used your hands. I can't think of what it is. Nag Chamba? It smells good. You can use incense to clear. You can use incense to lift your energy up. To me, it's just the scent. The scent was it just felt like home. I don't know. What do you want to use it for? Use it. It's just amazing. I love it. It's my favorite. It's actually it's not. Oh, you know what? Hold on. You're so smart. I can't stand it. You just gave me a message for myself. So, Nag Chamba, there we go. That's probably why this all came out. See, that's why I love talking to you guys like this. Because when we do the interactives, then the stuff that I'm not understanding, Spirit gets. You've got it? Oh, right on. Okay. So, Nag Chamba, they're flowers, actually. So the essential oil, if you have the essential oil, and incense is one thing, but you'll get the scent from it. But the essential oil, there's several ingredients that are used in the essential oil. And they're considered very sacred in India. That's why they use Nag Chamba in the altars or in monasteries. The Nag Chamba is used in India or Nepal. The essential oils are frankincense and myrrh, which you know are very sacred. They have hold on. Come on, where is it? Benefits, hold on. Benefits of Nag Chamba oil. I tried to pull it up and it wasn't. So, I'm laughing. It's to relax your nerves. It's to relax your nerves when you're stressed out, if you're tired. In a diffuser, it would be really good in aromatherapy. So, for relaxation, soaps. A lot of times there's soaps. It's funny because the soap is. I had the Nag Chamba soap and it's awesome. It smells amazing. Oh God, it's amazing. And I milked it. Like I didn't want anybody to touch it. It was so special. But it works. It repels insects. It repels bugs. There's like it's like an antifungal. What else? Okay, so I'm gonna pull it up. There's a lot. Okay, this is too far back. Sorry. Must light a lot of them around the house. I have a fragrance that I use, and it's from an art store in Sedona. It's made specifically for them. It's my favorite in the entire world, and I don't know. It's expensive. It's because you can buy like a box. Like this is where my incense is, right? And look, clearly I like Nag Chamba, right? And I have no idea, and I wish that I could find out what's in it. But there's something about that. I got it when I was in Sedona, and it's amazing. It's $9 for that one little package, and she'll send them out from the art store. But man, it's just amazing. So Nag Chamba is one of the most popular ones. It's for calming. What it's got in it, it's got geranium, sandalwood, vanilla, and what's interesting is geranium that's one of the ones that I have in my essential oils, right? So basically, it's about calming you. That's what it is. It's it helps with spiritual connection because of the calming, so that you're able to connect. As I said, it helps, repels insects. They don't like the smell of it. It strengthens your immune system. That's why I need it right now. Thank you for bringing this up, Sherry and Mom and you. Thank you for asking that question. Aids in relaxation. So for me, I keep hearing it over and over again. It's a deodorizer, clearly, because it smells good. So for me, it's my immune system that needs to be built up again and to relax. So I'll be lighting my nag again. I light it every day anyway. So this is why I love to do this interactive with you guys, because you asked that question and then I was meant to go look at it and get that for all of us. I can't really smell what's burning in that one right now, so let's burn that. So have I got the 5 people? Have you guys given me the 5 people? Look at me with my trucker hat on. Oh geez. My voice is completely gone. My wisdom tooth is like swollen out like crazy. Lily's not able to eat. I have a sore tooth, all because I am supposed to pay attention to the Tiger Lily essence about helping me create and get it. I gotta go get Tiger Lily today in my house. So we're lighting right now. You and I are lighting our Nag Chamba. It is one of the best. It is one of the most amazing smells because, I mean, there's a lot of incenses around, right? But this is the one I always go back to. Oh, this and the one from Insight Gallery, which I freaking love. Okay, Sabrina, Brianna, Janice. There's only, and then Lisa. Sabrina, Brianna, and Janice. Anyone else? Because I'm doing 5. Yes! Connie, are you there? Connie might have had to go because she's not feeling very well. Okay, I'm going to put you guys down because, for one thing, I'm embarrassed about the way I look. And for another, I've got to find something to put my Nag Chamba. So find the 5th person and then we'll do the reading. Okay. Hi, Connie. Okay, Sabrina, Brianna, Connie, Janice, Lisa. Alrighty. So, what we have, I have 2 decks that I'm working with. I'm working with the Psychic Tarot of the Heart, and I'm working with the Psychic Tarot, just the original one. So, I'm going to alternate. I'm just going to do it that way. So the first person is Sabrina, and your message is going to be coming from the Psychic Tarot. And I'm going to have to get, hold on, I'm going to have to get assistance from my cat to hold this. Right? I wonder if I can do it like this. Okay. Sabrina. Oh my goodness, this is hysterical. So this was one of the messages that I got for the person that I did my reading for yesterday. So here's confirmation again, or extra emphasis on this particular message for me. And then for you. All right, so let's see. I want to turn this around. So here we see the waiting game. Okay, so we see the number 2. First of all, what does the number 2 stand for? Well, number 2 is always about things happening as they're meant, right? Hold on, I'm going to turn this around because I want to make sure that I can see this. You can see that like that? Okay. And I know that there's a little bit of a delay, so I won't start speaking until I flip it backwards. Okay, so the number 2 is always about things happening as they're meant, but specifically word for word. Everything's fine and will continue to be so. Keep believing, especially since your feelings of hope lead to more positive outcomes. The angels can buoy your faith if you ask for their help. Okay, so if you're having doubts, or if you're having a hard time, you're struggling, it's been a long time I've been waiting for this, or you've been saying, this is coming, or Spirit's been giving me this message again and again, or I'm just really getting tired, or I just don't see see any results happening at this moment, but they're telling you they're coming. Okay, So the waiting game. So you see this person going around and around. There's a lot of work that they've put in. There's a lot of work that they've put in to this situation. All of this going around, and they're waiting for the they're waiting for the grains of sand. And it feels like it feels like it's taking forever, dribbling through that all this work. But the work has not been for nothing, right? You've worked very, very hard, and you're waiting for the results to come through. The number 2, according to what they're wanting you to know, is it's about choices and decisions, which was brought up, I think, with the message that I got from my Tiger Lily, right? It's talking about choices and decisions as well. Maybe in the past, and also the fly. The fly is saying it's time to go for it, right? It was the fly, not the lily. The fly was saying it's time to go, stop procrastinating. So maybe in the past, you've been maybe afraid of making decisions or choices, but you're no longer going to do that. You're no longer going to be held back by the fear of your old belief system or what other people believe. You're going to be open now. And what they're saying is they want you to expect the best and be open to what your intuition brings to you. Expect it. When Spirit tells you to expect it, you can. They want you to trust your intuition right now because it's very strong. They want you to trust it and use it. They're saying that with what you've been working through, they show success. They show that achievement and its success are assured, but what they're concerned with is they want you to make sure that you don't allow this. Hold on. Come back to me. Okay. They're saying that whatever you've been working hard to bring into fruition, they show success. Yes, it's going to be successful. You're kind of like in this stasis, like this little you know when you're losing weight and you've lost like 10 pounds and all of a sudden, boom, you don't lose anything. And you're like, okay, I've been like this way. You're at a plateau, right? I've been at this plateau. You know you're going to lose weight again, but you have this plateau. So you're right now at this plateau. You've been working, putting everything into it. You're exhausted. Look at me. I'm exhausted. I've been working. And I know that what I do is successful. It's going to be successful. But while I'm waiting, I'm supposed to rest. I'm supposed to take care of myself. I'm supposed to light my Nag Chamba, which will help me relax, will help me tap into my higher self, will help build my immune system up because I'm tired, because I'm run down. So will the flower essences. These are all the things that Spirit is giving us to use to help us get ourselves ready, because when it starts, it's going to be going gangbusters, okay? But what they were concerned with is, and this is what I've spoken to you guys a lot about, and especially with what happened with Doreen Virtue, when you get this success, when you become successful, do not allow it to change who you are. Do not allow it to go to your head and forget all of the people that helped you get to the place that you have gotten. None of us have gotten anywhere without the help of everyone else. I certainly haven't. I have a lot of people that I draw on. I draw on my soul family all the time. And even take it all the way back as far as to my landlord, right? Yes, my landlord allowed Lily's grass to die. Yes, he turned off the air conditioning. He shouldn't have done that. But you know what? I asked for this studio. I asked him for a year for the studio. I wanted a studio that was up here that would look at that, where I could be in peace, because I was in a very stressful environment. It was a very toxic environment where I was before, right? And now I'm up in this beautiful place. Nobody's here but me. I talked him into it, and he gave me this place. So when I got mad at him, yes, I got mad at him, and I told him I got mad at him, and don't come into my suite, and there's all kinds of little, things. But I have to remember, I was in a very toxic environment before I came here, and I'm in a very, very peaceful place, and my animals and I are not bothered. We have a gorgeous view of the lake. We have the access to the lake, and I don't have to deal with any negative drama from the people that were in the house where I was living before, and it was really bad. It was really bad. I wasn't able to function and connect properly because there was so much negative energy. There was a lot of drugs going on in that house over there, a lot of alcoholism. There was it was really bad energy. So for me, I'm grateful for him. I tell him, thank you so much. And and when it's my birthday, he makes a birthday cake and a birthday dinner. I mean, think about stuff like that. The people that have helped you be where you are. There's people that have helped you move. My old landlord at the other place, even though the other place was a nightmare, the landlord was a super cool guy. He moved my furniture here for me because he loves me. He moved my furniture. So remember all the people that help you. Hi, Uncle Phil. That's my Uncle Phil. And him, Uncle Phil, that is the person that the music I told you about, the person who gave me the song 7 years ago. My Uncle Phil is that man's uncle. I stole him for mine. I stole him for my own uncle. I stole that man's mother and father and his uncle as my family. They're my soul family. So I may not have been, the connection wasn't about him. The connection was about those people, and the music was for him. And I thank all of them, because I don't have a family. My mom's dead and my dad's out of my life. And so my Papa Terry and Mama Sherry and my Uncle Phil, that's a huge thing for me. So I thank these people, right? So you have to remember that. That's your card, okay? Who's next? Brianna, I'm putting you guys down. So think about all of the people like that in your life that have come forward and what they've done for you. Because whatever's about to take place, you're going to be very, very successful. And you got to remember the little people along the way. And the little people aren't so little. Sometimes the littlest things. Remember yesterday I was in the grocery store lineup and I felt like hell. I got to tell you, my tooth was killing me. Had no makeup on. I pulled my hair in a ponytail and I went to the store, and this little girl tugs on my skirt and she says, "You're beautiful." And I said, wow, it's the little things. But you know what? Sometimes the little things are the biggest things. And it was, because I was like, wow. I looked at her dad and I said, "Did you pay her to say that?" He's like, "No." But man, that was huge. Okay, so I'm going to give you, I'm looking for the number 3. Okay, so the next card we have is Take the Lead. All right, so here you see this one working with this ball of creation, the flower of life, this hand up. So this one is reaching up to spirit, and this person is connecting to spirit, and they're supposed to take the lead. So the number 3 for you, of course, it's always Ascended Masters. The number 3 says the Ascended Masters are helping you. Now, what's interesting to me, I've always had an issue with this, and I find this funny since Doreen Virtue has denounced her cards, right? A lot of her cards. She hasn't denounced every single one of them. She's denounced some of the decks, and she's denounced some of the, I guess, archangels or saints. If you can go into it and you can feel what it is that she's talking about, who she's denouncing. And for me, the archangels are, I don't know all of the archangels. I know the archangels that have made themselves known to me. I know the archangels that have, that I work with. Archangel Metatron, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Metatron, Michael, Raphael, Zadkiel, I know. And there's certain ones. So for you guys, it depends. I don't believe in saints myself. Some people do. So in this reading, the number 3 is talking about who it is that you feel. Who are you drawn to in a spiritual level? So they're asking you to take your, they're saying that these ones are working with you at this moment with the number 3. Of course, what did we say before? The number 3 also speaks about creation, right? It also speaks about coming full circle. The number 3, the power of number 3, I just spoke about that. So we keep that. So when we're talking about the number 3 in your life, taking the lead, what do you have to do to be an example to others? They're saying that right now there are strong energies that are available to you. There's new opportunities that are opening up to you. They want you to tap into this fireball of energy that's coming forward. We've been told that we were having opportunities that would be coming to us. So tap into that energy. Also, as far as this deck is the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. So we're talking about matters of the heart. So tap into that energy, that fire, that energy to in your sacral chakra, right? So we were talking about, I was saying for me, the sacral chakra, that's where the seat of creativity is, right? The seat of, but it's also the seat of sexual energy. That's why Lily is, she only wants the meat. She wants the red meat. That's sexual energy. And I kept saying, she's showing me what I need, right? I need that in my life. So what do you have to do? You got to tap into that energy, that spinning. I told you I was feeling that spinning in my sacral. So for you, first of all, you have to stimulate your sacral chakra. So how do you stimulate your sacral chakra? You move your hips, because it's right here. Your sacral chakra is right here. So dance, walk, any movement will stimulate your sacral chakra, and you want to see that fire burning. So you're gonna pull that energy from your sacral chakra, and you're gonna pull it out, and you're gonna use that to ignite the passion in your life. to show you how to achieve whatever it is that you're trying to access or trying to manifest. And as far as a relationship goes, at this moment, they don't want you to wait for the other person. They're asking for you to take the lead. There's something that you need to do to take the lead. It's not about tit for tat right now. It's not about, and it's interesting. That's really interesting to me because so much I hear from Spirit about equal, right? Give and take, an equal give and take. If you're giving too much, the relationship is out of balance. But right now, that's not what they're talking to us about. Right now, they're saying, it's not time for status quo. It's not time for that. They want you to use this sacral energy, this to light your relationships, to ignite the passion in your relationships. How can you spice up your relationship? What can you do? Or how can you learn a new skill? Because it's your creative center as well, right? How can you use this energy? I've got this energy that's on fire. I've told you guys, it's freaking on fire. So we ask Spirit, okay, show me, what direction shall I move in? Do I need to go on a vacation? Do I need to go on a retreat? What is it that's gonna get my sacral moving? What gets me excited? What gets my passion? If you're looking for a new relationship, they want you to think about a creative way of meeting someone. Okay, so now for me, Lily will only eat her treats. She only will eat her treats. She will eat nothing but her treats. She wants what she wants. I will only eat sexually what works for me. So for you, for me, I've got to get somebody has to get me on a spiritual, physical, mental, emotional, sexual level, all the way across the board. And I told you before that my ex-husband said to me, you're going to have to settle. You're going to have to settle because everybody settles. And I said, I will never settle. Well, Lily is showing me she's not settling, right? She is not settling. I've brought every type of food and put them in front of her. And Liger eats them all. Liger will eat all of them. He's good with everything, but not Lily because Lily is me. I've got a lot in front of me and I won't partake of any of that. I want what I want. And it has to be on every single level. So for you, where would you go where you would find that? Now for me, it's a spiritual community. I literally had somebody call me on my work hotline and wanted to reach out and want somebody in their life. She said, should I go on a dating website? And I thought, oh God, how horrible. And I said, you know what you should do? Come on my page. Come on my page and look at my spiritual friends. Now you can clearly tell whose my spiritual friends are. They make themselves very obvious by their works. It's just like Jesus says, you will know me by my works, right? It's just like my thing about people who brag. Don't brag to me. Don't brag to me. Because if you're as wonderful as you say you are, I will know that I will see it myself in your works. I will, your works will show me who you are. So I said, go on my page and look at my spiritual people. And I said, look at the different people there. And if somebody, their qualities, because you can see by what people post who they are. That's why I said to you, be very, very careful about these spiritual people that call themselves spiritual people. Remember that guy that I said was putting out all those spiritual posts? And then when I looked into who he truly was, it was all about porn sites, right? And I thought, yeah, you're not my spiritual person, sorry. And so I said, go and see what they're bringing out, they show you who they are. Right? And add them. And I said, that's all you have to do. You don't have to hit on anybody. Just add them. If they look at your page and they see you and they think, hey, you know what? That person looks like somebody that would resonate with me. If it's meant to be, you'll connect. But it's always best to start with a friendship. And it's always good for you to be connected with spiritual people anyway, right? It's good to be in that surrounding, in that energy. That energy will lift you. That will lift your vibration so that you will draw to you who's meant to be in your life. Because we draw to us who's meant to be in our lives. Now, maybe the ones that we want in our lives aren't there. Now, why aren't they there? Why aren't they there? Am I supposed to be doing some work? Or have I vibrated right out of their frequency because I'm doing so well spiritually that I'm in a completely different space right now? So that's why Spirit says, let go of what it is or who it is and just say this or something better. Because you may be keeping back from yourself something amazing. Because you have now moved to a higher level. Remember I told you with that girl, I put her card away. She started here. My twin and I, we vibrated together, right, at that spot. And then I kept moving forward. I kept working on my path. Well, we're in a different space, clearly. He's vibrating somewhere else right now. He's definitely not vibrating with me, or he'd be with me. So that's why they want you to take out. That's why they're saying, you take the lead, you reach out, and you do the work that you need to do. Go where this new, if you're trying to find somebody, go where they would be. It could be on just a spiritual page. It could be a group. I have a friend, my friend Eden Clark. Her husband and her, they're shamans, both of them. And she just posted that John, her husband, he's taking men only on a retreat to Peru. Actually, I think they're going where I want to go, but it's men only. Can't afford it right now anyway. But they're asking people to go. So there's retreats. Now, remember I told you, when I get to a place where I'm in that location where I can take people on retreats, that's what I'm going to be doing. And I won't be making it $5,000 retreat. It'll be less expensive. But that's the kind of thing you want to do. You want to go to Sedona. You want to go to an ashram. You want to go to a yoga group, if it's on a smaller scale. Go to where the spiritual people are. Go to where people like you are. And then you will be in the right frame of mind. You will be in the right company. And you may meet someone, right? Okay, so there's that message. The next message is Connie. All right. Whoop. Connie. Let me shuffle these cards. Okay, so you're getting, so that was the of the heart. This is just the regular. This is the regular John Holland's deck. This is so funny. I'm telling you guys, I'm getting the same cards that I got for the reading that I just did. So this is really cool because clearly these are messages for me. I mean, I always take them. I always take them as messages for me anyway, but that's pretty cool. Okay, so let me flip you around. Alrighty. Here we see wisdom. Now, the number 5 we know talks about changes, right? A significant change is occurring, always for the better. It's a good idea to call upon heaven for help with life changes. So now we see this family. Let's go up a little closer. In their little house, they're in the field. And we see the sun, the divine masculine. We see this monk. Now the monk is clearly the teacher. He's holding a book of wisdom. What's interesting to me is I think it's a T. I don't know if it's the Thoth. I don't know what it is. It doesn't, to me, I don't care. Because I don't necessarily subscribe to certain, like I said, tarot beliefs or whatever. To me, he's just got a book of knowledge. I call it the book of knowledge. And next to him is a little dog, the little white dog. Now, white represents purity and spirit, and the dog represents dog totem. Think about it. Love, unconditional love, friendship, loyalty, and protection. Okay? So what they're showing you is when the student is ready, the master appears, right? I used to call my twin Master Jake. It's so funny. What they're saying is that there is a spiritual teacher who's about to step into your life. He's about to come. He or she is about to come and influence your life. They're going to bring you wisdom. So they want you to look around in your life. Who is it that's got the education or the knowledge or the ability, this spiritual intuition to show you what you need to know to blend with what's going on in the physical with what's going on in the spiritual? Who's got this knowledge? This person is definitely a compassionate person. They come because unconditional love is compassion, right? We don't want sympathy. We want empathy and compassion. So this person is compassionate. They offer guidance, inspiration. They remind you that you are way more than just this physical self, because we are not. We are, that's the Om symbol. It looks like an F to me. How interesting. Okay, thank you. So Om, meditation, going into meditation. I mean, it's excellent knowledge. This one is coming to offer this. And they're telling you that we're way more than just what we are in this physical body. You know, we are great spiritual beings that are living a human experience. So we are limited in ways because of our physical bodies, but we have way more than we give ourselves credit for. I was telling my client before, and it's funny because I always focus on this little friar tuck, right? But I'm thinking about the brain and the crown, because the crown is being exposed here. So to me, I think about how little of our brain that we use, that's developed, and yet people that are enlightened, the more we ascend, the more of our brain we are able to use. People over here who don't work on their spiritual work and who don't ever open their crown, who don't ever ascend to a higher level, they stay. Their brain works pretty much here, right? We are already past the 5th dimension. I know I am.
so many of us are already past. We've been operating in the fifth dimension, right? Because we have developed our crown, we've developed our skills, and we've grown higher. So who is this one in your life that has the ability to bring this to you and shows you that you have so much more unlimited, untapped potential? It also, as we were shown before, it may be talking to you about reaching out, right? Like I said before, joining a group of people, joining a team, going where there's like-minded people, where you can share your own thoughts, where you can learn from each other, where you can get feedback. Now,
I do that with you guys, right? You are my spiritual family. You're my soul family. Yes, I would love to be in a spiritual community. Yes, I would love to be with more people than I'm at right now, for sure. But while I'm here, I reach out. And that's what I felt like I needed to do today. And you guys have already helped me. I already know that I got to go get a tiger lily plant, and I've got to get tiger lily essence. I'm going to be continually making certain, because I forget after a while about my Nag Chamba. You know, I put it up, and then I forget, because I wondered if it was bothering Lily. You know, because cats are bothered by scents, but clearly it's meant to be here. So I got that from you guys. I get so much from you guys, feedback, because you'll ask me questions and then I research it and then I get the answers and then I can share them, right? So what they're saying is maybe you need to reach out into a group or join a group, or they're talking about there may be somebody coming into your life that has this energy. This is a kindred spirit for you. And remember what I told you guys when I went to, when my grandson's my other teacher. He is my other sage. He's a crystal child. And when he didn't want to go in the water, remember, and I said, you got to go deeper into your emotional waters. I'm scared. I'm already in over my head. I'm in over my head. Yeah, but you got to go deeper into your emotional waters, just on your tippy toes, and then the wave will carry you and you won't get smacked by the wave of emotion. The wave will carry you. Remember I said that my twin and I were running on the beach and the great wave came behind us and the wave came and it lifted us because we figured out how to not continually keep getting smacked in the head by the wave. We figured out how to ride the wave. That's what it was showing me. So maybe my spiritual twin, as I said to you, works with me all the time, whether he's in the physical or not. He's always working with me. So he's showing me how to ride this wave. He's showing me from a spiritual level how to ride this emotional wave to a higher level. So that's what they're asking you to do. And you can do that when you're in the company of others that are like you, that are reaching, that have good energy, that are striving to be the best that they can be, that are constantly looking for something higher, that they're asking for spiritual guidance, right? That's where they want you to be. And when my grandson wasn't able to, remember he was so afraid to go in there, well, as soon as he did it, as soon as he took my hand and trusted me and knew that we weren't going to drown, come into this, hold my hand, don't you trust me? Look at me, I'm okay, we can do this. So then he did. Second he went up and I said, now put your arms out, like the first card we had with the girls with their arms out to the side. And I said, put your arms out like an angel and ride the wave down the other side. And so we did. And the second he did that, he went from being the scared, terrified child to being a student to being a teacher. Because then he said, I'm going to go get my mom and I'm going to show her. In 5 minutes, he went from student to being the teacher. So your master appears in your life, imparts knowledge to you. You go out and you share it to someone else, you're instantly a teacher, right? And you have more to share than you realize. Like this morning, my friend Mohawk, right? She asked me, my niece, she had this grasshopper come to her. What does it mean? And then I told her what it meant, what the grasshopper totem meant. And she says, but it bit me. So the grasshopper totem talked about taking a leap, right? A leap of faith, about moving forward, right? She says, but it bit her. It bit the little girl. It bit her. And I said, it's trying to get your attention. It's saying, pay attention to me. Pay attention to me. Now, how does spirit get my attention? I had to get a freaking abscess in my molar. Like I didn't have enough with all the crying and the non-sleep because of Lily, right? But I wasn't getting it. And so I need to say to my spiritual guides and my team, can you show me in a way that doesn't physically hurt me? Can you show me in a way that doesn't physically hurt my baby? Please? I am paying attention, but I would like a bit of a break now. I would like some less pain, a lot more loving in my life. I need a little loving in my life, babe. That's what I need, you know? Okay, so Connie, I got to tell you what Connie's saying. She's got lots to say right now. Okay, so Connie is saying her dog is white and red. Okay, so purity and passion. The Om symbol is from Brianna. Thank you. She says the sage is her brother. They're there for each other in both ways of wisdom and spiritual, walking together through the death of my sister-in-law 3 weeks ago. Bless. He has not been in my life for a long time. I am grateful. He's working towards this new light I am in and know so well. He is the wisdom of the earthly kind, don't know or use well. See, now that's who the teacher is to her. Now, I don't know if he's on because he's a very busy man, but my Uncle Phil, he was one of mine. He was one of my teachers. I told him, he's so calm and gentle, and he's a big teddy bear, you know, very easygoing, and he listens to me. He lets me go on and on and on. And he doesn't say a lot, but what he says is valuable. It's kind of like, it reminds me of the way my twin used to be with me. He didn't have a lot to say, but what he said were nuggets of wisdom. He was my master teacher. So, okay, so you guys, that's your message. Now I'm going to go to the next one. I can't believe I'm doing this reading when I look so ridiculous in this hat. I look like I'm bald. Okay, hold on. Connie. So now we have Janice. Okay, Janice, you're going to be getting your message from the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. And you know what, too? The wisdom tooth, the impacted wisdom tooth, the side effects that you get from an infection in your tooth, so I have an infection, unfortunately, is you get a headache, you get a sore throat, and your glands get swollen. So that's your throat chakra. So for me, I'm doing Reiki on my throat chakra. So Connie, I would ask, could you do a little Reiki on my throat chakra and my ear chakra? I know that the ear and throat work together, and that's about speech, but it's also about hearing. And I've been getting a lot of downloads, and so I think maybe that has a lot to do with it, that I've had a lot of downloads and my body's just fatigued, so I need a little bit of uplifting. So I'd appreciate that. If you could do that for me, I would love it. Connie said, it just started raining heavily, clearing energy. Awesome. Oh, God, I wish it would rain here. Okay, oh, shoot. I forgot who I'm doing this for. Sorry. Huh. Janice and then Lisa. Okay, Janice. Wow, man. They're really getting after us about this. This is funny to me. I mean, I was feeling like, you know, I'm supposed to be stepping back a little bit, you know, because I'm so aggressive. I've got that aggressive energy, the Aries, in me. And yet, all the messages that we're getting seem to be talking about, I am doing this one, aren't I? Did I grab the wrong deck? You guys, did I say that I was doing the from the heart? I think I did, because that's the one I got. Hurricane energy. I have had hurricane energy, and yes, I do want that. Yes, we do want that. We want to take that energy and use it. We want to grab that hurricane. That was the ball. Remember the passion? Grab the energy from that. I wish I had that energy right now. I would channel it into my sacral chakra. I would pull that energy in and channel it into my chest, into my throat chakra, into my ear chakra. So absolutely, look at that energy outside, that hurricane energy, and focus on it and pull it in. Pull it into your crown, and then have it go through all of you. Use that energy. I go outside in thunderstorms. Okay, I was doing heart. All right, I go outside in thunderstorms, and I freaking work with that energy. I get off on that energy. I move like crazy through hurricane weather, through storm weather, through lightning. It is because I'm Aries. I am Aries. I'm the goddess of war, right? So I don't like that they call it war. I'd rather have them say the goddess of passion, because I feel that that's who I am. Okay, so the number 4, I'm trying to get the number 4 here. So here's our card, and it's lead. Again, we're being asked to lead. We're not being told to sit back. That's why the grasshopper came. That's why the fly came. You know, we're supposed to move on this. And check out my kitty. This is me. This is me. And the big one is my twin. And the big one, he's got obsidian, black obsidian on him. But I've got carnelian twice. Whoops, sorry. I've got lapis lazuli and carnelian adorning me. That's what I need. So I might be little, but I'm strong and mighty. So the number 4, again, we always know that the number 4 speaks about angels. The angels are with you, and they send you the number 4 to assure you that they've heard and they have already answered your prayers. Now, he's got a shadow behind him. I find that interesting. So here he is, and there he is in the background. And he's holding a scroll. So
the key words would be guidance, because he's being guided. So is he being guided by his higher self? He's being shadowed. So you need to, this card goes both ways. It can help you and it can hold you back. It depends. So here you are proactive, moving forward, and here you are in the shadow. So depending on which way you apply yourself, do you take the lead and guide the direction of the relationship, or do you follow the other person? If you lead, are you forcing your will on the other person? If you follow, are your needs being met? So if you are taking the lead and you're being an example, that's proactive. But if you're taking the lead and you're being bossy and pushy, that's negative. If you're in the shadow and you're following this one, are you a lamb following someone to slaughter? Or are you following after someone good qualities? Are you following in the example of someone that should be leading you? Does this one pay attention to you? Are you paying attention to? Or are you being ignored? Are your needs being ignored while the one in front gets all of the emphasis? If a solid relationship, and that's what I talked about before. A solid relationship is a give and take, right? So yes, these messages are saying take the lead, move forward, speak your truth. But if you're not being supported in a relationship, you're not supposed to be in that relationship. There needs to be an equal exchange of energy. They want you to use your creative energy. Now, Connie just said that it's hurricane energy. You don't want to use that. And I'm saying, heck yes, I do. Heck yes, I do. Give me that tornado. Give me that tornado. Give me that freaking wave. Because when the great wave comes, I'm going to my mountain. And my mountain is into spirit. That was when I go, it also represents a challenge. So when the great wave comes, go to the mountain. So when the great wave comes, it's going to shove me forward and it's going to help me get up that challenge. It's going to push me. It's going to give me that impetus to get through that last, where I'm struggling to get up the hill. I've got a freaking abscess tooth. I'm tired. I haven't slept. I don't have a lot of energy in me, but I am not stopping. You will not see me lie down. You will never see me lie down until the day I die, because I'm going forward. I'm going forward, period, going forward. I got a team on my side. I've got cats working for me that are giving me more information and more help than any freaking medical doctor or psychiatrist could give me. I'm getting from my cats, from my animal totems. I'm getting energy from the flowers. I'm getting energy from the essences. I'm getting energy from Nag Chamba. I'm getting energy from you guys, my spiritual team. So no matter how down and out you are, grab that energy that you see around you and use it. And push yourself forward. You push yourself forward. Don't shove him. Don't push him around. You push yourself. You push yourself. You be the example. If you want someone to follow you, you be the teacher. You don't have to, look at this person. Is he speaking? That's not his role right now. Whatever he's going to do, he's not yelling at this guy. You got to do this. You got to do that. Now for me, I am a teacher. So I have to come out and I speak. But I'm not speaking to anyone specifically. I'm not saying to somebody, you need to do this. You need to do that. You need to do this. I'm just saying, this is my path. This is what Spirit's asking me to share, and I'm sharing it. And if you are able to glean something from that, you will also advance, because I know I'm advancing. So, what they're saying is guidance, not domination. Do not dominate someone. There's a difference. I'm going to tell you something personal. I told you guys I was in an abusive relationship for 10 years. Right before the marriage ended, he said, I'm going to take us to a marriage counselor. And I was all for it. I was like, right on, thank you, God, because maybe somebody could hear me, for a change. So we go there, and it was a husband and wife team. They worked together. And so he tells his story. No, first of all, I think they told me to tell my story. So I told my story, and then he told his story. And he was very smug and very complacent and very absolutely 100% guaranteed that this guy was going to smack me down and tell me that I needed to do what I was meant to do, and I wasn't doing the right thing. Because I told you I was raised in a Jehovah's Witness organization, and in the Jehovah's Witness organization, the women are in subjection to the husband. Now, I don't like the word subjection. I don't want to dominate another man. Absolutely, I don't. But you're not going to dominate me. I am not in subjection to you. I am in subjection to God. I'm sorry. Now, as far as the house arrangement goes, everyone has roles, and that's fine.
But the Bible sets that up. That's why I'm not a religious person anymore. My subjection is to my Father and His will. And as far as a man's concerned, the Bible may have been misunderstood. It's definitely been preached all the wrong way, because they have shown that men are supposed to be in a dominant role and the women are in subjection. But that's not how Christ treated the congregation. The men are supposed to treat their wives as the Christ treated the congregation, with love and with respect. So I had none of that. So when he listened to our stories, he got quiet, right? And the woman said what she had to say, and my husband didn't listen to what she had to say. He felt that what she had to say was not valid, because that was his opinion of women. Sorry, my mouth is dry. So when the man went to speak, and I found this really, really cool, because I wish I could figure out who they were, because now I realize that they were a spiritual couple. They were, and I know spirit, I think about that now, and I didn't know that at the time. They were, we were absolutely guided to go there. And they were probably the same type of a belief system as I have now, and you guys have now. So the man gets very quiet, and he says, what you call subjection, I call domination. No woman will respond to a man who dominates her. And I was blown away. He was so angry. That was the end of our session, and we filed for divorce, I think, shortly after that. Because in his mind, that's the way it was supposed to be. The man was the dominant, and the woman was the submissive one. And I used to say to my dad, I'd go in to talk to my dad as a little kid, because I would listen at the congregation. I would listen. I always listened, and I always took the messages to heart for myself. And I was crying, and I said, I'm never going to get into the paradise, because Jehovah's Witnesses believe that the great day of God the Almighty is going to come. There's going to be a war. The evil ones are going to be cast away, and the meek will inherit the earth, and the dead ones will be brought back, and Jehovah's Witnesses basically will be inheriting the earth. And it will be a paradise garden, once again. Because they believe, as I believe, that this earth doesn't have to go anywhere. This earth is fine. It's going to be revived. It's the creepy people that have to go. So, but I don't believe in that type of catastrophic world death and turning over anymore. But what they were speaking about was it was Peter. No, it wasn't Peter. My dad brought that up. I'll give it to you. They were talking about the meek inheriting the earth, and talking about the capable wife, and how the capable wife is meek and mild of spirit, and this and that and the other, and they were giving all of the characteristics of this perfect wife, right? The way that we should strive to be. And I started crying, and I said to my dad, I'm never going to get in the paradise. I'm never going to get in the paradise. I'm never going to be meek and mild. That's not who I am. I'm never going to get in. And I was so upset. I really thought, and I really felt that was it for me. What's the point? I'm never going to get in. And he said to me, Sherry, look at Jesus. Who was his favorite disciple? Now, if you don't believe in the Bible, you don't believe in Jesus, it's just a story, okay? But it's a lesson. It's a moral. That's what I love about the Bible. There are great morals in the stories. He says, what about Peter? Peter sliced the ear off of the guard. Jesus told him to stand down. But when somebody came at Jesus, his best friend, okay, now I'm going to get really emotional. Because I told you guys that they always show me my twin as Jesus. I don't know why. Because he looks like him, and because he's got the same kind of demeanor. And it's the same thing. When somebody came at his best friend, when they came at Jesus, Peter lost it, and he went after them, and he sliced the ear. He didn't care. He didn't think. He didn't care. He's a fighter for the underdog. He went off, and no one was gonna attack his master. No one was gonna go after the one he loved, right? And he sliced the ear off. And because of that, there was major chaos, right? And he was the one that was given the keys to the kingdom. And in my dreams, it's so funny, my twin says to me, I hold the key. I hold the key. He's the one with the key. And it just makes me laugh, because I'm that personality that will go up and freaking, you come at someone that I love, I will slice you in half. and yet, we're not supposed to do that, right? We're supposed to have this, we're supposed to just relax. We're supposed to realize that, Spirit's got this under control. It's going to be okay. You don't have to do the fighting. It's okay. But then why is it that we carry a big stick? Why is it that we carry a big stick? So maybe the way that I go after and the way that I slice the ear off the one that's coming against the one that I love is with my mouth, is with the words that I speak, is with the message that I bring, right? I don't have to go punch somebody. I don't have to go shoot somebody, but I can fire this at you left, right, and center, and I will uncover your secrets, and I will expose you for who you are. That's my sword, right? Thank you, you're very welcome. So that's what they're saying with this, taking the lead. They're telling you that you've got to make, as far as relationships go, let's go back to the couple, or if it's in a workforce, right? Like say if it's you and your work team, or whatever it is, whatever this partnership, it's just a partnership, okay? So there's got to be structure and order, right? And everybody has to know their boundaries. Everybody has to know their boundaries. He's not overstepping your boundary. You're not overstepping your boundary. You respect each other's boundaries. I'm here in defense of you. I've got your back. But I'm not going to tell you what to do and how to do it. I'll let you figure it out for yourself. I'll do my work. I'll be an example. I'll shine my light, and you can watch and you can see and you can learn from that. And that's respecting one another's boundaries, right? That makes your relationships strong. And when you make each other a priority, if you're in a relationship with somebody, whether a partnership or a physical, sexual relationship, if you are each other's priority, that makes that relationship strong. Don't make somebody a priority when they make you an option, right? So this is, if you're looking for a romantic relationship this time, and you're actively searching, or you're hoping that someone's going to show up in your life, this is about being proactive. This isn't about just, staying up in your ivory tower and going nowhere. Take the lead, network, make yourself available. There is, what's interesting to me is they give me this as the Emperor. I see the Emperor all the time coming into my life. I know that the Emperor is in my life. I feel his presence. So this is, if you were to look at this in the regular tarot, which I told you I don't do the regular tarot, but this is the tarot, the card is the Emperor. So the Emperor usually stands with his hands folded across his chest. He's self-reliant, he's strong, he's capable, he stands in order, he stands in his integrity, he or she, right? You can be the Emperor too, the Empress, but this is the Emperor. So this is speaking about, I think there is a lot of focus about the man. So if you're looking for a relationship, there's an affirmation for you. I ensure that my relationships are healthy and that each person's needs are met. Okay, that's what you want to say. That's for both. Now, this could be in, like I said, a sexual relationship, or it could be in a partnership. Whatever this partnership involves for you, it's got to. That's your affirmation. Okay, so there's your message. Wow, that went on for a long time, didn't it? Isn't that interesting? Do I have one left? I gotta go back. Oh, I try not, because sometimes. So that was Janice. So now we have Lisa. Lisa, right? So Lisa, you're gonna get the regular. I think you're gonna get the this was, that was from the heart. So now you're gonna get the regular tarot. I gotta get a drink. Hold on, I'm dying here. Cancel, clear, delete. I'm not dying here. I'm thirsty. Gotta be really, really careful with the words we choose. I have to be really, really careful. I'm very sarcastic, and I joke around a lot, and I use sarcasm, and I have to remember that a lot of times sarcasm is very negative, and I'm just playing, but it is very negative, and you don't want to manifest what I just said. So also, I'm thinking I'm getting a message too. There's a lot of people that deal with kind of an Asperger's tendency or autistic tendencies in the spiritual community, because they're very, very enlightened, and when you speak in a sarcastic way, you think, well, they know what I mean. No, they don't. You need to be very clear, actually. So it's about speaking precisely what you mean when you say things, and not come across and expect somebody to understand what you're saying, because it can be very confusing to people that are coming from a very high intellectual level. Okay, so the last card. Wow. Didn't we just talk about the shadow? That's interesting. So the last card, I'm going to look up the number really quick. Hold on. Okay, so the number is 18. Just a sec. 1 is keep your thoughts positive. 8 is always about light work or moving forward. Okay, so the shadow.
So we just had a shadow. We saw that guy in the back. So again, we're getting emphasis on the shadow. Here you are here you are in the front. First, the number 18. Your thoughts are the valve that opens and shuts your financial flow. Now, think about that, what I just said. Be very careful about the words that you speak. So if you're dealing with something to do with finances, or you're concerned with your finances, the words that you say about what's going on with your work, if I keep saying, wow, Spirit wants me to take a break, they shut my work down, well, then it will. So stop saying that. If I want to say, so you know what? Affirmations. I made $250 by the end of the day. It came in $300. I consistently bring in $300 a day. I consistently bring $300 a day. By the end of the week, I'm going to have $2,500. Whatever it is, put it out there. Make an affirmation and put it out there and put it a little higher. Maybe I always shoot too low. I don't know why that is, why I have to be so conservative. So shoot a little higher. But positive affirmations about what you're trying to manifest. Be very careful about what you say. As you stay positive, all the material resources you need will come to you. They'll come easily. And if you start stressing or worrying about it, then you kind of put a plug in the flow. So you have to ask your angels to help you stay upbeat, especially where it concerns money. That's what they're talking to you about, okay? So be proactive in your speech. Write it down, affirmations. I consistently draw $300 a day easily to myself, or whatever it is, whatever you want, you know? Speak it. So now we see this guy. So what's interesting is two people are holding on to this staff of wisdom, right? The one that's in the light and the one that's in the dark. So it's talking about emotion, sensitivity, and nothing is ever at a standstill. Everything is constantly moving, right? Everything is constantly changing. So again, we're being called to action. Now what's going on is you're looking at your shadow. And a lot of times people don't want to look at their shadow. It's scary. They don't want to see what's in the dark. You are being asked to face your worst fears and look into the dark shadows of your soul. This is the dark night of the soul. Oh, wow. Right as I say that, you guys see that little hummingbird? Oh, okay. Now see, she's taking a break. So she grabbed the sweetness in life, and now she's sitting on her string of dreams, which is the dragonfly. And then she took another little drink. Hold on, we're going to watch this. This is our messenger for right now. And then she's taking a little break again. Oh, I wish I could zoom in because she's so precious. She's got her little beak open. So, she came in, she took a little bit of food, so nourishment from Spirit, whatever it is. Then she went up and she took a little break, and she's sitting on her string of dreams. The dragonfly are talking about holding on to your dreams. But she's not going anywhere. She's taking quite a break. So Spirit is asking you to take a rest. This is the weekend. It's very important that you rest. It's important that you pay attention to your dreams. Right now, what did you hear in your dreams? What was being emphasized? Pay attention to it, even if it's just a few words. Wow, she's sitting for a long time. So she's tired. She's me. I will tell you guys, she is my totem. She's one of my main totems. And she's telling me what to do. So she's sitting there for a really long time. It's very important that you stay put right now, Sherry. It's very important that you rest and recuperate and take a break. Enjoy what's around you. Now she's gone off to have a little drink from the other plant. Okay, so she's going to a different variety. She's going from a variety of things. Oh my God, and then she's taking a break again. So do a little bit, stop. Do a little bit, stop. So you're doing too much. You're doing too much all at one time. Just give a little bit and then stop. And then grab a little bit more, and make sure that you're grabbing something good for yourself. Make sure that you are getting a little bit of the sweetness out of your life. And now look at her there. Now she's sitting on the aloe vera. Okay, so aloe vera. I know I'm supposed to get aloe vera water. That's also a message. I know I need to get that, so that was a reminder. And then she's off. Okay, that was amazing. That was amazing. I hope that you guys were able to see that. Can you see that? Can you tell me if you could see her? Because I know that it's bigger for me, but that was amazing. So the hummingbird messenger is freaking loud right now. So I'm gonna put this down. I'm talking to you about the shadow, but I'm also gonna talk to you about the hummingbird really quick. That was unbelievable. How much time she told me to take. And what I get from that is it's gonna be okay. You have the time. You have the time to rest. You don't have to work. You can work a little bit maybe, and then make sure that you take a rest, because the hummingbird is actively searching for the sweetness in life, right? And it talks about how you're expending your energy. Now the hummingbird, she moves very, very, oh my God, you guys, she's back. She's back. Why is she back? Why is her little mouth open? Does she need a drink? No, because she's got flowers that she can get. So she's just talking to me. Her mouth is open and she's looking up. So she's looking up. So it's talking about, she wants you to go into meditation. Now she shut her little mouth. Okay. She wants you to go into meditation because she shut her mouth when I said that. Okay, now her mouth's open. God, I hope she's not thirsty. I'm a little bit concerned. Okay, so she went over there. Now she's up here at my feeder, and she's drinking. Okay, so she's got the ability to get what she needs. So she's saying, you've got what you need. You've got everything in front of you. Go to all the different sources. You've got many different sources that you can draw from. Oh my God, I love that. That was freaking amazing. For that hummingbird to hang out like that and give us so many messages. So you want to, you're gonna work a little bit. You're gonna put a little bit out there, and then you're gonna stop and you're gonna feed yourself. Okay, you need a drink of water. First of all, you guys, we need a drink. It's very important to stay hydrated. It's very important that you're eating a little bit. Now think about that. We're getting that message too. I'm gonna show you what I made for myself. This is my meal. This is a salmon patty, grapes, walnuts, and cheese. Okay? I eat like that's how I eat. So, and that's what the hummingbird is telling you. So they're telling you that physically, and they're telling you that spiritually. So physically, take a little bit. Do a little bit of work. Take a little bit of food in. Not a lot. A little bit. A variety. A little bit of this. A little bit of that. So we've got cheese. I've got grapes. I've got fish. I've got nuts. Everything that I need. Right? She took a breath and she carried on. But she sat for quite a while. And when she sat, she shut her mouth. She went into meditation. She went into quiet. She wasn't speaking. So when I finish with you guys, I'm going to eat, and then I'm going to go meditate. I'm going to watch this later, and I'll get a lot more. But the hummingbird, because we were talking about the shadow, it's talking about you looking in and confronting that. So that, because we got to pay attention to when does the animal totem appear? The animal totem appears. What did it do when it got there? And what were you talking about when it appeared? Okay, so we were talking about looking at your shadow, and I was saying that this is where you're facing the dark night of the soul. So while you're in the dark night of the soul, which I have been in for 3 years, and so is my twin, and while we're in this dark night of the soul, we need to take care of ourselves. We need to go into meditation. That's why when the great wave comes, which is the motion, go to the mountain, which is meditation, which is spirit. Make sure that you're nourishing yourself, but you need to nourish yourself with healthy, raw, organic fruit. I don't eat meat. I'm a vegetarian, but I'm a pescatarian actually, because that's a salmon patty. So those are the things that I need to eat for my adrenal glands. I actually am a meat eater. My body is a meat eater, and they were showing me the muscular is dying. So I wasn't getting enough of the fatty foods that I needed. So that's why I needed the cheese. And the walnuts are to help you as well. They help with moisturizing you. So she went to different sources, right? So a variety. That's also telling me something about Lily. Remember Lily? She would eat a little bit. Every time I got something new, she would eat it, but then she would stop. So there needs to be a variety. There can't be the same thing, which I get into a pattern of eating the same thing over and over again. But it also talks about your spiritual food. There needs to be a variety of sources that you go to. That's why I use my oracle cards. That's one of my tools. I use my animal message. That's one of my favorite tools. I use my music. That's another one of my tools. And then conversations are things that people that bring up to me, right? You saw a green dragonfly this morning. Dragonfly, holding on to your dreams. Believe in your dreams. Pay attention to your dreams. Okay, I'll tell you. I had a dream last night, or earlier this morning when I woke up, and I didn't like it. What I saw, I didn't like it. It wasn't me. I was watching someone else, what they were watching, and I didn't like what I was seeing. Bothered me, and I said to Spirit, I want to know who I'm watching, because I'm going to block that. I don't want to see that,
And if there's something about that that I need to be aware of, if you're showing me what I think I am, then you need to emphasize that to me, because that will help me in making my choice. Because what I saw, I didn't like, and I don't want. So pay attention to your dreams, because she's kept sitting on the line. But the fact that she would stop and take a breath, and then she would go again, and she would go to a different source. She didn't go to the same source, she went to a different source. She went to the petunia, then she went to okay, so I'm going to look up all of these. I'm not going to do it with you guys online because it'll take way too long. But petunia, ice plant, aloe vera. She went to those three things: petunia, ice plant, aloe vera. All of those have meanings for us. She took a breath. Then she went over to the nectar that I made for her, which is sugar, water, and so it's remember, that's another message to me. About how I was poisoning myself because I was putting, remember I was using that collagen powder and I was using that protein powder in my shakes, and it was artificially sweetened, and I said sugar is better than artificial sweetener. She went to the sugar. So use sugar. Don't use artificial sweetener. That's an emphasis right there. And then she did keep resting. She wasn't pushing herself. When you're tired, allow yourself to sleep. I'm exhausted. I've been up with a wisdom tooth all night. I don't need to work all day today. I just don't, you know? So I'm going to do what she did. I'm going to listen to her. I'm going to eat, give myself the energy that I need, drink, get the sugar in my body. That's why I grabbed a grape. Did you notice that? Of all the things on my little dish, I grabbed a grape because I needed sugar. I was probably going into, what's that called? My son has it. What's it called? Low blood sugar. I probably had low blood sugar. So I went for the 1 + 8 is 9. 9 represents endings, happy endings. She's adding up the number on the card, and it also means, as we got, get to work, light worker. Stop stalling, get moving forward. The number 9 means that you have completed the prerequisites of whatever you need for your soul's path to achieve your life service purpose. You have everything that you need at your disposal, which is what the Hummingbird showed us. You have all of these different sources. I just listed off the sources that I have, that I work. Those are the things that I draw from, and from Spirit alone. But I mean, I have a lot of sources, and those, I get valuable information from all of those. So you've got everything you need. So they're saying stop procrastinating. Start taking action steps, which was always, every single one of these messages is talking about taking action steps, wasn't it? So that's what she was talking about. Okay, so we're going to go back to this. Hold on, I'm multitasking right now, because I'm looking up several things as I'm talking to you. So the shadow card recognizes, see this, can you see this circular thing? This is a tunnel, and there's light here, right? So you recognize that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and you're not going to deny your past. You're not going to deny where you came from. You're looking in your past. You're looking like who you are, what you did. This is who I was, this is what I did, this is what I believed, but I've altered myself. I've learned, I've grown. I'm not going to beat myself up over the things from the past. I'm letting the past go. I've become a different person. Maybe I embarrassed myself before. Maybe I did things that weren't very cool. But I'm not going to beat myself up. And if I have tears that come from this, that's just going to cleanse me, because that's what water is. That's what emotion is. That's what the hurricane there is for. It's cleansing this planet right now. It's cleansing. Washing out and clearing away what you once avoided looking at, once you ignored, once pretended wasn't there, you pushed it aside. Right now, they're saying your psychic sense is very intense. You are able to pick up things right now. And they want you to allow it to open. They want you to allow yourself to feel, hear, and see what Spirit is bringing to you. That's how I work now. I last longer. Yes. Also, as far as the eating the little things, how she went from all the different plants and took a little bit from everything. That's what I said about me. When people ask me, when my twin found me in Sedona, he said, I'm still a New Age hippie. I'm not New Age. I'm not Jehovah's Witness. I'm not New Age. I'm not Buddhist. I'm not Taoist. I have taken a little bit of everything that I've learned, and I've put it all together, and that I'm just me. I don't have a label. I don't have a box. I don't fit in with any of those groups, and I don't want to, because everything that I learned as a Jehovah's Witness was valuable. I don't throw that out. You know, I talked to my father, and he's so angry about being a Jehovah's Witness. He pissed off that, you know, he raised his family that way, and I can't believe that I did this to my family and what you guys went through and blah, 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 blah. And I said, you're failing to see the positive. There was a reason that happened. My soul chose this life, and it knew where I was going. And I draw a lot. I talk to you guys a lot about the things that I learned when I was a Jehovah's Witness. I learned my morals. I learned my integrity. I learned my perseverance. I learned my humility. I learned a lot of things being a Jehovah's Witness, and I'm grateful for that. I don't look at Jehovah's Witnesses and look down at them. I don't. Those people believe that they're doing the right thing, and they're doing their work. That's what they believe that they're doing. Don't ever insult somebody for doing what they believe is their soul's path. It's just not mine. But I did take from it what I needed to learn. And then my friend John, he was in, where was he? He was in Nepal. He was in Nepal for 2 years, living in the mountains with the monks. He didn't speak for 2 years, and then he met me. Can you imagine? God, it was rough. It was rough for him and for me. But I got lessons from him, right? I learned kind of Buddhist ways, and then different, the people, the Nepalese people, and the different things. And then when I went to Sedona, I listened to my friend Joseph Whitewolf, and then I have the shamanistic ways. And whatever it is that draws my attention, whatever it is that interests me, that's where I go. My twin was part Anunnaki. I started to look into the Anasazi, and the Anasazi came to me, and the Anunnaki came to me, and I started researching, and I take a little bit of this and a little bit of that. The Mesopotamian stone that's in Sedona, that fascinated me. And then the crystals. My twin was very much into crystals, and I've always loved that. So the power and the energy that we get from the earth. So we take a little bit from everything, right? There's knowledge everywhere. It doesn't mean that one path not one path has all the answer. That hummingbird went to 1, 2, 3, 4 different sources just while we were watching, you know, and who knows how many other sources she went to. So draw a little bit and take from everyone. It also talks about you developing your path or your work. Like I know, like I've told you before, people are studying me, and people have stolen things, and then I said to Spirit, well, what do you want me to do about that? Like, what am I supposed to do about that? And they just wanted me to know, and I think now I know why they told me. Because what I was supposed to say was, I'm supposed to talk about it, and I'm supposed to say, it's good to take a little bit from everyone that you learn. You know, I listen to my other spiritual friends too. I listen to everyone. I pay attention. I pay attention to conversations. I pay attention all the time. You may think that I'm scatterbrained because I fly all over the place, but I have my attention. It's like I'm like a spider. With the legs, and they go out. They're everywhere. An octopus, that's what I'm like. I'm like an octopus, and I touch everything. And I pull back into me what I need. And what doesn't work for me, I discard. So it's good for you to learn and watch and then develop your own style, right? And develop your own way. As you can see as I'm talking to you, how much time I spend looking at the oracle cards as opposed to how much time I spend talking about the animal messenger that came up, or the fact that it was a lily flower, that you know, a tiger lily, or the fact that Nag Chamba, we had to discuss Nag Chamba, right? The hummingbird also, the hummingbird is asking us to lighten up too. That you can find joy always. You can find happiness and joy in the little things in life. The hummingbird is very aggressive. There's nothing wrong with being aggressive. That is why when I was given the hummingbird as a totem messenger, it made me feel good. Because, as I told you, my whole life, I'm very different than my family. I'm not like anyone in my family. My brother is real easygoing. My mom was pretty calm. I didn't know my dad, my real dad, until I was an adult. But he was very easygoing too. I'm the only one who seems to be on fire, right? I don't know what my grandma was like when she was young. I bet she was like me because she was quite old when by the time I came around, and she's an Aries too. But there's a difference between Aries women and Aries men. And I was always told that I talk too fast. I talk too fast. Talk too much, talk too fast, you move too quickly, you're too high strung, your energy is too intense. It's always about too much. It's always too much. And I know that. I know that when I go around people, I'll say to people, put up a shield, you know, because my energy is intense. It is. And you either like me or you don't, I know, and it's not my job to fix it. But the hummingbird, when you look at a hummingbird, it's an aggressive bird. It's very aggressive. It actually could fight, and it flies for hundreds of miles. It's a helicopter. It goes up, it goes down, it goes backwards. It's the only bird that can fly still in the air. The things that it can do, its little tiny wings. Its wings are so small, they shouldn't be able to fly, just like the bee. But not only can it fly, it can do things that no other bird can do. When you look at a hummingbird, you don't say, God, that bird moves too fast. The thing's going up and down all over the place. You don't look at that hummingbird and say, it moves too fast. It's moving all over the place. It should go straight. It shouldn't go up and down and sideways and all over the place. There's something wrong with that bird, right? You don't look at that. You look at a hummingbird and you say, wow, that's freaking amazing. That bird can go up, down, sideways, and backwards and still get its job done. That bird is beautiful. Look at the colors of that bird. Look at the colors of that bird, right? That bird aggressively pursues its dreams. That bird goes after what it needs. It knows how to grab the sweetness in life. It grabs it quickly, and it grabs it from every little source. It goes all over the place. So when my grandmother said, my mother was complaining about me, always. I don't know what she was saying at that moment. And I told you before, my grandmother said, some people like coffee, some people like milk, some people like something with a little bit of fizz. And she's effervescent. She's not to anything. She's exactly the way she's meant to be. And it wasn't until I found my spiritual path that all of the qualities that I have tried so hard to change my whole life, I've tried to stifle or be less of that. Don't talk so much. Don't talk so fast. Don't move so quickly. Calm your energy down. Pull your energy in. Even when I was in Sedona, my friend John, he said, your energy's so intense. And I said, I know. He goes, you need to pull it in. And I said, you pull your energy back. So I learned how, when I'm around people now, to channel my energy in, to pull my energy in, and then channel it where I need it to go. But I'm always going to be this way, right? So as the hummingbird is the messenger. The hummingbird is a messenger of hope, of jubilation. They actively seek out inspiration. They actively look for the joy in life. They're constantly renewing and looking for renewal. They want to bring forth the best. They're loyal, they're playful, they're persistent. I'm going to get emotional again. I don't even know how my daughter, because my daughter I didn't think she paid much attention to what I did, my spiritual work. But I think she WhatsApped me or something, and she said, Mom, you're the hummingbird. I think she was looking something up, and she must have seen, I don't know, maybe she does look and I don't know. But she said, you're the hummingbird. And I went and I looked and I said, what do you mean? And she says, you're totem animals, you're the hummingbird. So I went and I looked at it and I thought, I'm the hummingbird. So that's why when she comes, I know that message is really loud for me. And she's probably, a lot of you guys, when you resonate with this, people ask me all the time, what's my animal totem? You know your animal totems. You will know your animal totems, and you will have many animal totems. Once you start paying attention to your animal messengers, you'll get more. And some of them are permanent totems, and some of them are temporary. Some of them are just there to help you through whatever you're needing to get through at that time, to bring you the message, and some are there for permanent. Now, the hummingbird is definitely a permanent totem because that's my personality. The lion is one of my totems. I'm the wolf, I'm the black panther, I'm the red hawk, because the red hawk is the messenger, I'm the owl, but I'm the great horned owl, the specific owl, right? So there's so many, and you guys have so many animal messengers. So it doesn't matter what is your main totem. I couldn't fill my room with my main totems. I have so many of them. The hummingbird, if you want to talk about specific words that stand out for a hummingbird, it's aggression, activity, happiness, endurance, healing, joy, love, miracles, rhythm. These are all the things that the hummingbird brings into fruition. And so for me, there's nothing wrong with me. And it took my entire life passed into my grown adult life to realize that I'm exactly who I'm supposed to be. And it's actually of benefit. And now, because I'm following my spiritual path, instead of being a hairdresser, I was really good. I had a great clientele, a huge clientele. But that wasn't my spiritual path. That wasn't my soul's journey. That didn't make me feel good about myself. This makes me feel good about myself. It helps that I can speak quickly. It helps that that my attention is drawn all over the place, because I need to see all of those things. I need to grab all of that. I need to retain all of that, because I need to share all of that, right? When I'm driving down the road, I see so many things. It's like, and that's why I talk quickly. You can tell when I go into my higher self, I speak very fast because my higher self has got everything on file, and it starts firing out. And if you came to me as a client on my Keen website, where it's by the minute, right? So the fact that I can speak very quickly, very clearly, and get messages out fast, that's why I make money. I couldn't do that if I was a slow talker. It wouldn't work. I wouldn't be making that much money. They'd be hanging up. So if people are making you feel bad for having these kind of qualities, realize that these are qualities that you can use. Whoa, that's a trip. Something just spoke, and I don't know what. I just heard say it again. Oh, there she is again. She came back. Did you guys hear that? Nothing is on my computer. I literally heard the words loud. Say it again. And then the hummingbird came back. Say it again. Okay, so we're going to look at this. What do I have to say again? I got to look at this. The hummingbird came back. I'm going to listen when we do this, when I upload this, because I heard a man's voice say it again. And it was clear. So, okay, what they're saying is your psychic activity, right? Your psychic perception right now is very, very sensitive, very intense. That's the word, intense. So you need to learn how to open up, or maybe you need to tune it down. Maybe you're hearing too much. So I heard that loud and clear. So for me, maybe I need to go in and ask my my spiritual team and pull my psychic antenna in and say that I want to be in control of this receptor. Because I told you last night I dreamed, and what I dreamed, I didn't like what I saw. And it wasn't my life, and I don't want to see that. So I'm going to ask that my psychic antenna come down. I'm going to pull it in a little bit so it's closer, so that it's not going out. That went worldwide. That psychic antenna that I had, I mean, I was watching something. I was watching somebody do something, and I did not want to see it. So we can then control how high or low we want this reception to be. So that's why he said say it again, because I said intense, and that's what it is, intense. I don't want the intensity, so I need to turn down the intensity of what I pick up. So so we can do that. We can ask that of our spiritual team and our higher self. Okay, so my psychic antenna, I got a hat on. Isn't that interesting? I put a hat on over my antenna, because this is my antenna, my crown, right? So I put a hat on. That was my first message, that I want to bring it down. I want to bring my roof down a little bit. So if you find yourself other psychic people or other people that are picking up dreams or picking up energy, and you're finding yourself run down or overworked, or you're seeing things that don't have to do with your personal life and it's interfering, which is what I'm seeing, pull in your psychic antennae. So I'm going to ask my team to help me do that and yank it down. And then that way, whatever is in my own personal house, which means my personal life, that's what I want to see. I have actually been dreaming for my clients, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to dream for them. I don't want to invade anybody else's life. I don't want to see it. So that's a very, very loud message. Brianna said, a person in a helicopter looking down at a person on the ground can see their past, present, and future. So, to me, I already know I'm being watched. So my psychic antennae may be broadcasting too far, because remember I said people have been watching me, they've been literally watching me, someone else watching me. They have been watching someone else watching me. And so I said, it's not me you're watching, it's not me that's channeling, because I've got a titanium shield around me. And if it was me that you were watching, you would see what I was seeing. So you're seeing what they're seeing. Just like in my dream, I wasn't in that dream. I was observing another person, what they were doing and what they were seeing. And I don't want to be a part of that. So I'm going to pull in my shield. And I'm going to ask that it just cover over what is important for me to know in my own personal life and for my own personal family. Other than that, I'm putting a cap on it. Because I don't want it. Because that man's voice was loud and large, and I don't know who that was that spoke. And when I don't know who speaks to me, they're not welcome. So, okay, that's okay. I just heard it's Michael, so that's okay. I literally just saw blue, and I was told it was Michael. Michael's allowed because he has spoken out loud before to me. So that's a trip. If you guys want to listen to this back and see if you can hear that, it was very clear. So it's talking about sensitivity and the moon. The moon is our psychic reception. And notice that they both are wearing hats. And notice that their receiver is down here.
So that's a message to me.
And that's a message to you guys. That was huge. Wow, that was huge. Okay, so that was the last message. And we went on for a long time, and I'm going to shut down because I need to pull in my antenna. I need to eat, and I'm going to go into meditation. So I hope that that was helpful for you guys. I'll listen back, and I'll figure out what it was that I was supposed to add. There were certain things. What was there? Aloe plant, the lily, we already know. Cactus, no. Ice plant. It happened again. It happened again. It happened again just now. Ice plant. When I said ice plant. Okay, so ice plant is important. Did you hear it? It happened again. I can't even believe this, man. If you guys didn't hear this, I'm going to be annoyed. Because if you could hear that out loud, that would be incredible. It was like someone standing right next to me. So ice plant. And petunia was the other one. Petunia, ice plant. And sugar. Petunia, ice plant, and sugar. Anyway, that's it. It was amazing. It was amazing for me. There's a lot of lessons in this for me, like incredible. My back is starting to hurt right now. So immune system. Remember, guys, the immune system. So for Nag Shamba helps with your immune system. It helps lift your energy. Lily essential oil is good for females. Tiger lily essential oils is good for creation. Not essential oils. I'm sorry. Essences. Nag Shamba oils are good for you for calming. I'll remember as I go along and I edit, and I'll add more to this. Yeah, aloe. So aloe was when he spoke loud when I said aloe. He spoke loud when I said aloe and ice plant. But he also spoke loud. No. He spoke loud when I said ice plant, and he spoke loud when I said intensity. Pull your antenna